Today I'm going to show you my system for 2024. Everything that I'm going to be using to mobile hunt, including my saddle, all fits in this bag. All right, my saddle hunting system this year starts off with this bag as the foundation. And the bag will hold up to 12 steps to climb, plus my ring of steps in there. And then it holds things like my pruners, handsaw, rangefinder, my bow hook, my bow rope, and then 2 headlamps in this pockets. And for me, if I'm just going in hunting, this is everything that I'm going to need to hunt. And I also put my tether underneath my ring of steps. So when I get to the top, it's right there and ready to go. Our step is the platform step for climbing with the new USA attachments. The step and the attachment by itself is weighing just 4.2 ounces, and it's a lot easier to attach than any step before, and it sets a lot easier, and it's just a ton more solid while you're climbing. So I'm out here today just to give the new attachments with these steps and the new bag a go, climb up, put up my ring of steps just to see how long it takes, and just kind of get my first impressions basically of the bag and the whole climbing process setting up the saddle hunt. So I'm not going to explain a whole lot as I go. I'm just going to be climbing and seeing about how long I take. You start setting up on the ground. You put 3 steps up at a time, and then you go 2 more as you go. So it's 3 and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically, that's how many different setups you would move. If you could think about the one stickers, they'll move their stick up and then they reach down and they pull that thing up, and that's 2 moves. So 3 steps from the ground, then 4 and 5 is your first, after your first move. 6 and 7 is after your second move. And 7 steps at about 2 foot a step, you're going to be about 14 feet. So a lot of guys are hunting around 12 to 15 feet. So that 7 steps really puts you right about there. So I'm going to say, you know, when I'm at 7 steps, you know, we can take a look at the time, see how that works. And then at 9 steps, that's going to have me about 18 feet. I'm going to put my ring of steps up then. So I just want to see how long basically it's going to take me to get up 7 steps and then to climb with 9 steps and then to attach my ring of steps all together. So I'm just kind of going over my process. It's the very beginning of August, and I'm going to just go at it, climb up, set up, and just see how it goes. So what I want to talk about with this climbing system is being able to just walk up to the tree and start climbing. That's when we're going to start our time. When using climbing sticks, when you walk up to the tree, you decide where you're going to climb. You have to take your backpack off, unpack your climbing sticks, situate them to however you're going to climb, and then start climbing. And then on the way back down, it's the same thing. You hit the ground and you have to unpack, repack everything, put it back together. And that's where a lot of time is spent doing that, what I would call the fiddle factor. But with these steps, what's the nice thing about them is once you climb up to the tree, you get up to the tree, realize where you're going to climb, you just tie up your bow, and then you start grabbing steps. And that's what saves a lot of time. So right now, we'll just start it right now. I've got my bow tied up, know where I'm going, and I'm going to slip this thing around here. And my first 3 are going to be from the ground. Nice thing about this belt is the second strap around this bag keeps the bag from sliding around. So I would kind of move it around back and forth before, but now I'm just kind of using that around my waist to help keep it from moving around a whole lot. These steps are really great, the way that am steel just pops off of there, reach around. It's the same way with each step. And that kind of helps make the process a little bit quicker by doing things the same way with each step versus a different way for different steps. Find my lineman's belt. Got a couple of other angles running on these cameras. Thought it might be kind of interesting to see. Put up the 3 and then stand there. Put up your next 2. I do have some Uncle Lou's stealth strips coming. You can hear that little jiggling with the steps. That's the one thing that I'm not liking, is that little bit of noise. So Uncle Lou's going to help me out. We're going to help him out a little bit and help you all out in the process by making your steps quieter. So this one should be about 6 feet too. I'm going about 2 feet in between each step. So that looks about right. So that's 5 steps. So I'd be about 10 feet at this point. Put that step on for the wrong foot. No problem, just slide them around. that easy. Do that with a screw-in step. See what happens. That's actually probably a pretty good little selling point that accidentally just happened right there. For any of you guys that ever used screw-in steps, put one in the wrong, on the wrong side, man. Talk about wasted energy, frustration. Okay, so here's my 7th step. This would be right at 14 feet. And that's a decent little distance up off the ground. So however long that took. Now we're going to put up 2 more and then our ring of steps. This is working really well. These flat hooks and this AM steel with this platform step makes the process so simple. The way that AM steel just pops off of there, and then you just reach around and grab the buckle, bring the buckle around, fasten the buckle, and that's it. So that was 9. I'll step up 1 more. I wanted to get all of my height out of there. So now I'm going to put on my ring of steps. So that was 9 steps, wherever that was. Now I'm going to throw on my ring of steps. This one's, it is set up correctly. This ring of straps, or ring of steps, really is pretty simple to put up once you've done it a few times. Put that strap in backwards or upside down. Not too big of a problem. I didn't bring my tether, actually, because I forgot my linemans, to be honest. But so I used my linemans as my tether in there. I'll go around and set that. That's it. Right there. And we are now set up and all the way climbed up 9 steps in my ring of steps. It didn't take very long. Not sure. We'll look at the film and see how long it took. But okay, now you can take the bag off and attach it around the tree to kind of keep it out of your way so there's no big silhouette in front of you. Or you can slide it down just a touch and use it for your knees if you want to lower that a little ways. We may be coming out with a pad to go on there to put it on the back, because when you get to the top, everything should be pretty well empty, and then you can use that for your knee pad, or you can use it to just store stuff up here. But it's not a big giant backpack hanging, you know, over this way or anywhere. If you want to move around the tree, you're not going to have any backpack there. It's just all right there, nice and small. So that's it. That's how I'm going to be rolling, except for taking camera gear. I'm just going out on a quick hunt. This is it. This is how I'm doing it. 10 steps, and the ring of steps is weighing about 6.5 pounds. So that's, no, 4.5 pounds. Holy crap. 4.5 pounds. That's crazy. Definitely crazy.